So we have an interesting topic today. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Ron's Gone Wrong, which is the newest 20th Century Studios movie and the first ever animated movie by Locksmith Animation. They are a new company, I haven't heard of them before this, and wow, what a debut movie. So let's get right into it. Ron's Gone Wrong is about something called a B-bot. It's supposed to be this company named Bubble released this bot, and they're exactly like Apple, but they released this robot that is designed to be a friend to kids and has this algorithm that can know what the kids like and is designed to be their best friend. Except one doesn't have that algorithm in it and is wrong, even though throughout the movie it's more developed that he isn't wrong, and he is actually what what a real friend is, but in everybody's mind he is wrong because the B-bots have to be perfect. So, first of all, the B-bot is a horrible decision to make it, and hopefully this never becomes a real thing, because it's not a good idea. Please. People should have people friends, not robot friends. Also, the other main character is a kid named Barney who doesn't have any friends, and he is kind of a loner. He lives with his grandmother and his dad because his mom has passed away. His dad sells like trinkets, and his grandmother is the best character in the movie because she's just great. She has this goat that's funny. She keeps trying to kill this chicken, which is kind of funny. Yeah, so Barney doesn't have any friends and he wants a B-bot. His dad gets him the B-bot. It's Ron, it's wrong. And throughout the movie, Ron is, since he doesn't have the algorithm, he's not programmed like the rest of the B-bots, and B-bots can't hurt people, and Ron does because he fights the bully in the school, and then the Bubble company realizes this and starts going after Ron and Barney, so Barney has to hide Ron, and there's a really good training montage, and in that training montage is this wall of how to be Barney's friend, and that wall is really important because that wall becomes Ron's algorithm. And towards the end of the movie, they have this big fight at recess because the bully realizes that Ron, his parental thing is off, so that's why he can hit people, so he turns the parental guidance, I guess, off of the other B-bots, and then there's a big fight in school, and then Bubble Company comes and everything and tries to get Ron, and because of this, Barney flees to the woods, and from there, I'm not really going to, because there's not really going to be a spoiler section in this, because that's not what I want to talk about mainly. So, it's the ending is a little bit weird, because the ending is, of course, I'll tell you the ending. If you don't want spoilers, go to this time marker. But the ending is, Ron, his battery goes low, so he has to be taken back, and Bubble takes him, but the creator of the B-bots decide that Ron is special, so he fixes him, except he puts his algorithm into Ron and it completely changes him, and Barney doesn't like that, so they have to go to the head of Bubble to get to the cloud to get Ron, and they do, and Barney decides that Ron should be spread to all the B-bots, not just Ron, so that is successful, and they spread Ron's algorithm to the rest of the B-bot, but because of that, Ron can't be Ron, and he can't exist since he's spreading all of his code to other places. So Barney learns that it's okay to not have a B-bot, But that is not the main point of the movie. The main point of the movie is a lot of things. And the main point of this video is discussing this all, because you really there's a deep meaning in this movie that I was not expecting there to be. And this movie could not have come at a better time with all the Facebook stuff coming out, and that's a whole nother discussion. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Facebook. It's all over the news right now. But in a gist, Facebook uses its algorithm to give more posts and give more things that will make people mad or angry or mad, and keep on scrolling and keep on using Facebook, and that's not really good. And more than one time they took a shot directly at the Facebook CEO because of this. They also took shots at Disney CEO Bob Chapek, and this is the second movie now from 20th Century Studios to do so. So that's not really good. But the other meaning, I guess, it's kind of hard to put into words, but at one point in the movie, they realize that Ron's algorithm is all human, basically. Because, you know, Barney has this big wall that says how to be my friend. Me, 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 me. Everything on that wall, how it says to be my friend, how to like me, be like me, stuff like that. It's all me. And then Barney changes it to be friends. Be our, not me. Be like, you know, it starts to be a two-sided relationship, and the head of Bubble realizes that and starts putting that, you know, and then at the end of the movie it's put into all the B-bots. But that's really important, because that's how humans should be. Friendship is not a one-way thing. It's two people that they don't have to have everything about them. You can like the same stuff, but you don't have to like exactly the same thing as them. And also, it's another movie that shows the dangers of technology, but it does it in a good way. It does it in a way that, like the Mitchells versus the Machines. Even though Sony is a technology company, it still shows the way that technology can be mistreated. And this kind of does too. It shows you the dangers that can come when you aren't interacting with people, and even though it's a robot and that might not happen anytime soon, the robot represents your phone, or it represents the computer. And I'm saying this when I'm literally making a YouTube video with nobody else in this room. But I mean, friendship with real people is a very, very, very important thing, and this movie shows the importance of that. And also, I think Barney is a good character, because a lot of people can connect with him. I did, kind of, even though I have friends, unlike Barney, unfortunately. But a lot of people can connect with him, because in the beginning of the movie, people were being friendly towards him, but he was too shy, or for some reason he couldn't figure that out, that people were trying to be nice to him. And also in the beginning of the movie we get introduced to his creepy teacher, which, what is that? It's scary. Ron's Gone Wrong is not only just a good buddy movie, a good family movie, it also has very important lessons in it, I guess you could say, and it's a very strong first movie for Locksmith. I did feel it's not perfect. I did feel the ending was a little bit, it wasn't a bad ending per se, but it could have been better. I feel there's a way for Ron to still be with Barney. He doesn't die, but he's not with Barney at the end. So, like, that could have been more. I feel like other characters besides Ron and Barney and Barney's family, his dad and grandma, other than them, the characters weren't that strong. There was a very, the girl there was a very, very important thing with her. There was an embarrassing thing that happened to her that was posted by the B-bots on the internet and exploded, even though that doesn't happen. As much as people want to say that internet fame comes like that, it doesn't. It just doesn't. So the likeliness of that happening is very slim. But it exploded on the internet and was very detrimental to her, I guess, because she was very upset that that video was out there and so many people were seeing it. And that's an important lesson because, you know, everything that is put on the internet can go viral and can be embarrassing, so you shouldn't put everything up on the internet. And you shouldn't be broadcasting your life, even though I do, with my vlogs, I kind of do, but there's a lot of things about me you don't know. There's a lot of things that my friends that actually are with me at school, they know, but you watching this is you don't know what I really am like because you don't actually know me. And some people do, some people I'm very close with on the internet do, and they know what I like besides just Disney, but a lot of people that are subscribed to me watch my videos, and that's not a bad thing per se. It's another lesson in this movie that can be taken away. Also, hated the bully. I think it's because there's this stigma, and he was like live streaming this whole thing on his B-bot, like the entire movie. That's his only character trait, was he was a vlogger, and every single time it was just the vlogger stereotype of, you know, you set things up and they're wacky to get more clicks, which is kind of true. A lot of people do this on YouTube, which I can't stand. They set things up to get more clicks, and everything is about liking and subscribing and everything like that. And it's a very bad stereotype, but sometimes it's true, so I didn't like that very much. One more thing. It was way too long. I felt it could have ended at 3 different places after the recess, the big recess mayhem scene that they have. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It could be way shorter than that, and it would still be a good movie. As a matter of fact, if it was shorter, a lot of my complaints would be taken away. But that is my deep dive into Ron's Gone Wrong, explaining everything about its messages and stuff like that. I'm going to give Ron's Gone Wrong an 8 out of 10. Everything that I mentioned, it had its flaws, but it really had its strong points, and it reminded me a lot of early Pixar movies, where it's a silly concept, but it has a lot of good life lessons that you can take away from the movie, even if it's a kid's movie. So, please go see Ron's Gone Wrong in theaters. It's been out for a week now, so it should be heading to the smaller theaters. I recommend going to see it if you have a smaller theater in your area. I know that some places even around me, like the movies are like $2 or $3. That's what I would recommend for this movie. I'm reviewing Eternals next. That you should not go see at a $2 or $3 movie. You should see that right away. But I hope this review helped you, and if you saw Ron's Gone Wrong, I hope this review explained a little bit more to you. And if you enjoyed, let me know by hitting that like button and consider subscribing. It would make me a very happy man. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Have a magical day, everybody.